Hello fellow makeup lovers, how are you guys doing today? So I am super excited for this video because I'm going to be doing a get ready with me playing with new and throwback makeup. I'm just extra excited for this because I've done one in the past and I really liked it, just the concept of trying a bunch of new makeup and also going back to some like holy grail items that I used to use all the time and I've kind of forgotten about, or just, you know, just combining that old and the new together. Especially since YouTube, I feel like, is so like new, you need this. So I think it's kind of fun to get a little bit of a mix of both. So before we jump into doing my face, I figured I would show you guys really quickly the new products that I'm going to be testing out today. So first I have two products from Paul and Joe Beauty, which I received through Octoly, so they did send this to me. And the first is their moisturizing foundation primer. This one's still in the box. I wanted to show you guys the box because it's so cute. And I feel like this brand is supposed to be like really eco-friendly, like their packaging is reusable, and like the shipping thing that it came in, like the envelope was actually like cardboard paper. It was kind of unique. So here is what the primer looks like, and I have the shade 01, and I believe that this is like a peach toned primer. They had it on Octoly and I like applied for the third shade, which I thought was translucent, but they messaged me and said that they thought this one would be the best for my skin tone. So I'm gonna give it a try, and it's supposed to be moisturizing. I'm excited because I've been using their other primer. This is the Pearl Foundation Primer. It just looks like this. Such cute packaging. And then they also sent over their setting powder, which I have the shade 01. They actually have the compact and the powder separate, which seems like a great idea because then you can keep reuse the compact whenever you buy a new powder. It's extra great for powder because I feel like that's something you go through faster, but the problem is you have to keep the puff in there or else the pan does not stay in. Like, it's not magnetized well at all. Like, it just comes right out. Which they actually have a little thing on the back, which I'm assuming is supposed to be so that you can get the pan out easily, but it literally just falls out. So definitely a little bit of a packaging flaw in my opinion, but if you remember to keep the puff in there, then it does stay for the most part in its place. So we're going to try that out today. And then I also have a lipstick, which I'm really excited about. This is from M Cosmetics, and it is the shade Comfy. Look at this packaging. It is like pink glitter. It is so beautiful. This is an indie brand based in Canada, and I ordered a few things from them. I have 3 eyeshadows and this lipstick to test out, but I'm not going to use the eyeshadows today, just the lipstick. And I just ended up grabbing, like, it's just like a nice neutral, like cool toned shade. I don't know, I like it, and honestly, this I'm really not one of those people who buys lipsticks for the packaging, but this is just so pretty. I'm living for it. This is definitely going to be displayed. I'm very excited about this. This is the Makeup Slave Autumn Equinox palette. This is a little tiny baby. For some reason, I thought it was going to be bigger. You guys can see it's like the size of my hand. I thought it was going to be the size of like a 9-pan Juvia's Place palette. So when I got the box in the mail, I was like, that's really small. But it's all good. It's just the regular size of eyeshadow. So here is what it looks like. It is so cute. It has like the little leaf on the front that it says Autumn Equinox, and then the inside says, "Take time to watch the leaves turn." And it just has such a beautiful color scheme. And this is an indie brand based out of Pennsylvania, which is where I live. And the formula is really good from what I've tried already from them. And I swatched this and it was beautiful. The swatches were so nice. So I am so excited to get this on my eyes. And I'm I'm debating what other video I want to do with this. Like maybe 3 looks with 1 palette. And then I also have from Octoly, this is the Pure Contour Diaries. Just looks like this, and I just figured I would give this a try. I don't know why I feel like I'm like having a moment right now where I feel like I need to try every bronzer. I'm like not satisfied. I feel like there's a perfect bronzer out there for me and I just don't know what it is. So let me just take off the packaging. It is super cute. It has like a marble outside, and then it does have a little mirror inside of it, and here are the shades. I have to take a moment to get the packaging off, but I'm not sure. For some reason, I feel like it looked a little lighter online. I feel like even the lightest setting powder looks a little too dark for me, but I'll definitely try probably these 2 bronzer shades here. And then the remainder of the new things that I have to talk about are from Shop Miss A, and they actually did send me a gift card, so I was able to pick out some things to try and review. So the first thing that I grabbed is their brush set. It just looks like this. It comes in a little cup, and almost everything on their website is $1 except for the brush sets, I believe. And this is just like a set of 10 eye brushes. and I thought that this looked really, really nice. Oops. Just looks like this, all like a light baby doll pink handle, and like super, just like a lot of different crease brushes and eye brushes, and I feel like it's just a really nice, how do I say it, like a diverse amount of brushes, because I feel like brush sets have definitely gotten so much better since when I started makeup. Like I would have like died to have something like this. Like there's a tiny little crease brush, and like, well, there's like 6 crease brushes here, so I'm just living for it. That's what I'm trying to say. They do smell like chemicals. I have to say that they smell pretty strong, kind of like chlorine maybe. I did leave this to sit out for like a day or so. Maybe I should have left it to sit out longer. And I also picked up this little headband, which I thought was really cute. It's only $1, so I'm like gonna be your typical beauty guru today with my little puffs. And they actually do have quite a few different headbands, and I've always like wanted to wear headbands in my videos, but at the same time it's like, am I actually gonna wear this out of the house? No, so why would I pay more than $1 for it? Like, it just, the price is right. I actually kind of want to go in there and order some for my little sister. I think she'll love them because she wears a uniform to school, and so the only thing she really gets to go a little crazy with is her hair accessories. I also picked up a little fan so that when I do my setting spray I can be really extra and just fan myself. So then I also grabbed some of their single brushes just because I was really curious on the quality. This one, like, these are all $1, and I don't know if you guys can tell, but this is actually like really soft. And okay, it's shedding a little bit right there, but it's soft and it's kind of dense and it feels perfect. I have this one from Crown Brushes, which I use all the time. It's their Jumbo Kabuki fan brush, and they look so similar. I think the Crown Brush is a little bit smaller overall, but seriously, they look like so similar, it's crazy. So I'm excited to try this for bronzer today. And then I think this is their F13. I think this might be a blush brush, so I picked that up. I actually feel like this would be really nice for a like lightweight dewy foundation to blend into your skin. And then last but not least, I had to get this one because I've heard a lot of people rave about it. This is the F19 highlighter brush. So I'm very, very curious to try this highlighter brush. Actually, I totally forgot to mention, but I also grabbed some sponges from them. I have a few more things like makeup products and whatnot, but I just picked out a few to try today, not to do it all at once, because I thought it'd be kind of nice to do a video in like a month or so on the stuff from Shop Miss A and say like, was it worth it? Like, because I feel like there's a lot of first impression videos out there, so I thought I'd do more of like a review on what like stayed a favorite. So this is, I think it's called like their Teardrop Blender, and it's one of the ones with the animal charity thing. And I think that this sponge, it's either $1 or $1.50, but it's seriously so soft, and I hear people rave about their sponges all the time, so I'm like, I have to try this out. I'm very excited about it. It is a little wonky. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to tell. The shape is not exactly perfect, like right here, but that's not a big deal. Alright, so I already did my brows with the Anastasia Brow Powder Duo in the shade Taupe, and then I primed my eyelids with the Essence I Love Color eyeshadow base. And now let's just go ahead and go on into the Autumn Equinox palette. I think I'm going to go ahead and start off with this shade right here, which is called Cherry Blossom. Oh my gosh. Woo. Okay. The kick up in the pan is a little crazy. Especially with this brush. It must not be as like soft as I'm used to, because it just like went crazy. Okay. I'm gonna like literally take off the extra that landed on the palette and use that on my eyes. I did get some fallout from that as well. I'm just gonna steal the fallout. Gonna like literally be super, super gentle.
I've seen you. I've patrolled these empty thoughts before, but I'm fixed now on the cure.
So I actually want to build that shade up a little bit, so I'm going to go in with a smaller brush, and I'm just going to put that in the crease.
Holding on to the last rock on the mountaintop, and I'm begging for your love.
Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and on an even smaller brush, I'm going to take a little bit of Witch Please, which is this dark purple here, and I'm going to use that on my outer V.
Remember the type of folk we used to be and the simple souls we used to see, Do you remember?
Just going in with the previous brush and just slightly blending the edges. I feel like this is such a pretty color scheme so far. Like, I just love the colors that are in the palette. I feel like you could go so many different ways with it, but I just can't help myself. I really want to go into this shade right here, this blue, which is called Fuzzy Flannel. I'm gonna try it with a brush really quickly, and then if it doesn't work out, I'm gonna use my finger. Oh man, that's so pretty.
A fallen man with no escape. It seemed he lives in yesterday. If you play the way, well, I forgive you.
So that shade is really, really beautiful. I think I'm gonna go in with the previous brushes and just kind of blend the edges a little bit, and then I might go back in with a little bit more of the shade just to build it up. I'm just gonna try Fuzzy Flannel on my finger just a little bit, just to see how it applies. And such a beautiful teal shade. Is pretty much the eyeshadow look. I didn't want to do anything too complicated. I just wanted to do like a nice, simple, easy look. 3 eyeshadows, no big deal. But I do think it's really pretty, and I like the Makeup Slave palette. I feel like it's definitely like a really soft formula, so you want to go in with like a super soft brush, and you want to be a little bit more careful with it. But they do build up, they blend out so well, and they just look super smooth on the eyes. I just love like the smoothness of them. I feel like if you have texture or aging eyes, you might like these eyeshadows more than maybe some other formulas out there. So now we're going to go into the Paul & Joe Moisturizing Primer. Super excited to try this out. Ooh, okay. So it actually kind of looks like foundation when I pumped it out. So let me just... Huh. Does it not look like I'm applying foundation right now? I don't know if I used too much.
I'm losing patience, and I know for sure that we've been right here before.
Okay, but seriously, I feel like that actually did have a little bit of coverage to it. It kind of looks like I'm wearing a BB cream right now. And the shade's actually perfect. Like, I'm definitely one of those people, I will wear just a primer out, because I feel like primer can make your skin look really hydrated and luminous and whatnot. So I feel like this would be a good primer to wear out without bothering with the foundation or anything. Maybe a little bit of concealer. I'm like really impressed. It feels really soft on the skin. It has a nice like little glow to it. And I feel like it really did help with a lot of redness. Alright, so next I'm going to go into an old favorite foundation. This is the BH Cosmetics Liquid Foundation in the shade 201 Ivory. I love this. I love it so much, and I don't know why I stopped using it. Honestly, I feel like I was just thinking back, like, when was the day when I decided, no, let me try something else, and then I stopped using it? Like, how did that happen? Because I was obsessed with this. I feel like it's really full coverage and also very dewy, so I just love the look of it, and it's affordable. I have recommended it so many times. It's definitely a little bit more of a thicker formula, but I think it just looks so beautiful on the skin. So I'm excited to bring it back. I don't know why, like how I have not been using it and I forgot about it.
I see the dangers, baby, I'm not crying over you.
Honestly, it is just the most perfect foundation. It is so full coverage, so dewy, so hydrating on the skin. The perfect shade for me. I don't know if it looks perfect on camera or not, but in person it is literally the same shade as my body. So it's just, I love this foundation so much. So another little throwback kind of. This is the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer in the shade C1. I really want to pick up the shade 0.5 in this. They have like, okay, my main complaint about this concealer was that it is a tiny amount of product, and it's $10, and they recently just came out with like a super size version of this, and it's like $2 more, and it's like 3 times the amount of product. It's crazy. So I'm interested in buying the lighter shade, because I don't know if you guys can tell, but it's basically like my skin tone. It's not really brightening at all, but I do like the concealer overall. So I'm debating on that. I have a bunch of stuff in my Makeup Revolution, or in my Ulta cart for Makeup Revolution, but I'm waiting for a good sale. They also came out with a new foundation, which I want, but also I haven't watched any videos on it yet, so I don't know if it's for dry skin, so I really need to check that, like do some research first, but I'm just gonna use that to conceal today. I'm honestly so impressed with this sponge. I was just thinking to myself, I don't know how I could ever justify buying a $20 sponge again when this one is like $1 or something, and it's so good. It's soft, it like gets in the right places. It's such a cute pink shade. Alright, so for my under eyes, I am going to go ahead and go in with the RCMA No Color Powder, just to set right there real quick. This is my absolute favorite. I'm obsessed. I'm just going to swatch the setting powder really quickly. Kind of looks like it has a little bit of a pink undertone. Looks a little lighter than my skin, but when I blend it in you can't see. So I'm just going to take like a big fluffy brush, kind of dip in there. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it has a really cute little design on it. I'm just gonna set my face with that. Yeah, it does look like it has a little bit of a pink, like a cool undertone. Doesn't look bad on the skin. I don't know if it necessarily did anything good either. I think powder is definitely one of those things you have to try out for a while before you decide if you like love it or not. But I mean, it looks okay. Now I'm going to go into the Pure Contour Diaries, and I think, let me just swatch these real quick. Okay. I was thinking about going in with the medium shade as like a bronzer. That doesn't look too pigmented. Okay, we'll try it. We'll take a risk. So I'm going to go in with this big Shot Missy brush, which is a little bit big for this palette, but that's okay. I'll just kind of like dab it along, make it work. And I'm just going to bronze my face with that. Alright. Well, good news if you're fair, it's not like too pigmented. Definitely just looks like a nice like soft bronzing shade. I'm actually going to take the blush brush from Shot Missy because I feel like it would be a good contour contouring brush. So I'm going to go into the more cool toned shade right here, which is called Secret. I'm just going to pick up a little bit and I'm going to contour my cheekbones. I never contour anymore. I always just bronze, but I feel like that one looks good. That blended really easily and it just left like just a tiny little bit of a shadow, nothing too crazy. And I'm going to take the Real Techniques 302 brush. This is the blush brush from the Brush Crush. The blush brush from the Brush Crush Volume 2 collection, and this was sent to me through Octoly. And I'm going to use this for my blush today, and for blush, I'm going to be going into the Wet n Wild Rose Champagne blush. This is definitely a throwback. I feel like no one talks about these blushes anymore, but they're actually really, really good. I was using this, I think I used it 3 times this past week, and it's just so pretty, and it has such a pretty shimmer to it, and okay. Okay, I picked up a lot of product. Good job, Amy. So I'm just gonna blend that on my cheekbones. I feel like this shade is just super natural, like just like nice, like rosy, glowy look. You can see how much product I went in with, but it just blends and it just looks so pretty on the cheeks. So I'm definitely like making a point to pick up my Wet n Wild blushes more because they're so good. Just looks super pretty and just like a nice like rosy blush. Totally forgot, but I also grabbed this brush from Shot Missy, which is the E112, and this is a big pencil brush. So I'm going to use this on my lower lash line really quickly. I think I'm just going to go in with a little bit of Cherry Blossom to start off with. I feel like this brush is a little bit dense, but it has a really nice point to it, so yep, it's going to get right where you need it to go. I'm just going to blend Cherry Blossom underneath the entire lower lash line. And then I'll take just a touch of Witch Please on the outer part right here. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take the shade Ugg Boots, which is this really pretty lighter metallic shade here. And I'm just going to use that as my inner corner highlighter. So that might not be everyone's cup of tea for the brow bone because it does look like it has like a little bit of a glittery finish to it, but I think it looks really pretty and I just love highlighting my brow bone. So last but not least, just going to go in with my big fluffy brush and just kind of blend out the edges. Actually, I'm going to take the smallest crease brush that I use and I'm just going to buff underneath my lower lash line, make sure it's all blended out. I'm going to go in with a really pretty teal liner just to add a little extra pop, and this is the shade Turquoise, so it's actually a turquoise liner, whatever. This is from RCN. Oh man, I really need to sharpen that. And then I'm just going to throw on some Butter London Double Decker Mascara.
There's no point denying we're through, 'cause baby, I'm not crying over you.
So next, I'm really excited about this because I'm going to be doing my old favorite highlighter combination. I used to do this every single day, and my friend Marix and I were talking about this the other day, and I was like, you know what, that's a great idea. I totally forgot about that. I'm going to do it in my next like new and throwback video. So these were my holy grails, and they are the only highlighters I've ever hit pan on. So first, I'm going to go ahead and go into Lunch Money from ColourPop, and I'm just going to tap this on the tops of my cheekbone. And then over top of that, I'm going to take the Mary Luminizer from the Balm, which just looks like this. And it's such a pretty like light gold highlighter. So I'm actually going to go ahead and use the Shop Miss A brush, which I'm so excited about to see how it works and if it's as good as I've heard it is. So I'm just going to pick up a little bit of product. Okay, that's pretty intense. It's a little bit bronzy. So it's definitely kind of got a little bit of like that stripe look to it right now. So I'm just going to kind of try and blend it in a little bit more. I'm going to go back into my blush brush and just blend out the bottom. So another throwback, the Milani Make It Last setting spray just looks like this. I have not used this in a hot minute. This is my second bottle of this and I love it so much. I've just been trying a lot of other setting sprays, especially like the coconut ones I've been like loving. I've been using the Makeup Revolution illuminating one a lot. I really like the Morphe one. I feel like setting sprays, like they all work for me. Like I'm not like in love with one more than the other, but I do really like the Milani one. I think the price is really great and I think the spray is really great. So I'm just gonna do that real quick. That's like the thing about the Morphe one. It's such a soft setting spray, but it's so light that it feels like you don't even, like you didn't even spray your face. So I feel like I overuse it. Okay, but this is really nice and relaxing. I feel like I could just sit here all day and do this. Alright, so last but not least, gonna go in with the M Cosmetics lipstick in the shade Comfy. So I do like the shade. It does have a very lipsticky smell to it, but I will say I have super dry lips and I feel like it's not helping that at all. Like you can definitely like, it kind of exaggerated my chappedness, which is fine. Like it's not the lipstick's fault that I have like the driest lips of life, but some lipsticks in particular help that a little bit, and this one doesn't necessarily. So in the future I'll definitely like exfoliate and whatnot before I use it, but I think it is a pretty color and it feels comfortable on the lips. So here is the finished look. I really love how it turned out. I feel like it is fun. I don't know if it's necessarily like super fall like I originally thought I was going for today, but I do like it. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.